Good afternoon. My name's Chris Brown. I'm a financial analyst with Morgan's Financial. We're here at the Noosa Mining Conference, the first afternoon of the first day, and I'm with Richard Laufmann. Richard's the managing director of Rex Minerals. Rex Minerals is just about ready to disappear from the ASX. They've got the undeveloped Hillside Copper Project in South Australia. South Australia is a good jurisdiction to have undeveloped mines in. It's a good jurisdiction to have developed mines in as well. But I really want to talk to Richard about some of the developments in processing. Hillside's been around for quite some time. It's large, it's low grade, but there have been new developments in terms of reducing cost. Richard, there have been some recent changes. How have they affected the costs that you've been expecting from the Hillside?
Yeah, look, a lot of changes, Chris, not just in processing, in mining and geology as well. Enormous difference it's made. On the processing side, when we first completed the feasibility in 2015, I'd never heard of coarse particle flotation. Subsequently, that's been installed at Cadia, and we've tested our ore on coarse particle flotation. So to give you an indication, primary grind comes out of the SAG, and we go for about 80% passing 125 or 150 microns. Under coarse grind, we're getting 96% recovery at nearly 400 microns. That's like beach sand. So we're getting the same recovery, grinding it twice as coarse, which of course massively reduces power consumption, massively improves the throughput. Like I'm talking 30% more throughput through the same circuit. And that has compounding effects on reducing CO2 emissions, etc., etc. And that's just one element of the processing plant. And I'm not a metallurgist, but yeah, I've come to know a lot about that, right? So it's I can go on and on, but yeah, that's one major change I can speak to with confidence because we've had a lot of test work done on it.
And if I can maybe ask you about the takeover. The Hillside project's been known for quite some time. Rex Minerals was sitting there in the low 20 cent mark on the ASX. We've now seen a wealthy Indonesian investor with mining interests in Australia, the Mount Pleasant coal mine. They've come in and bid 47 cents. Do you see the disconnect between the value of the large copper asset which you had and the market valuation?
Do I see it? I've lived it. It's a nightmare. It's unbelievable. Everyone loves the story, but Australians love to be first to be second, and there just are no prizes for second. The Indonesians, they know what they're doing. MAC's been very successful in Australia. They knew what they wanted to do, and they went hard and they went early. All the opposite of most of the Australian corporates I've dealt with. So, good luck to them. This is a fantastic asset, and I think they're the right company to do it justice. They want to get in and develop it. They don't want to restudy it. They want to go. They know our plans are good, and the pathway's there to expand the project. I think this will probably be a 40, 50-year mine life easily, and probably beyond that. So what an outstanding deal for them. And it has been for ex-shareholders. When I first spoke at this conference, I stood up, we were 5 cents a share. Next year, COVID hit, we were 2.5 cents a share. That's either a 10 or a 20 bagger, depending on when you bought.
Thanks, Richard. It is the first afternoon of the conference and you've been here manning the booth. What do you think the mood's like at this conference? So, given that there's still a disconnect between real asset value for copper and what the market's prepared to pay.
This is an unusual conference, and it's actually the only one I religiously come to. It has a really interesting mix of investors. You got some smaller institutional investors and a bunch of high net worths and interested mums and dad type investors, the whole broad range. But everyone actually comes to the booth and they want to know about your project. They want to meet the management. They want to understand. I even had my fortune read here one year by a wonderful lady who came up to the booth to talk to us. So to me, they've always been an inquisitive crowd. And I know a lot of people bought PA after coming to this conference and listening to us speak. So I think it's a fantastic venue and conference for shareholders to meet the companies, the people at the companies. And look, if you talk to someone, and we all know we can't divine ore bodies, okay? An ore body could be great or shit, you can't tell first pass. But when you meet the people that are operating the business, I think you get a good inkling for the passion and the conviction that they have, and this is great for it. So I feel a huge amount of energy and a bit of response in buying. But to change the landscape in Australia, we need those big superannuation funds running trillions of dollars that you and I are forced into saving to be able to put some money into development assets instead of giving you the, if it's not $100 million ticket, it's not worth my while, right? And so they'll invest in ANZ and BHP and Westpac. And this end of the sector needs that type of investment. So there's still a long way to go, I think, for the resource sector to be recognised.
I'm not going to try and add to that because I think that's a very important message to get across. Richard, thanks very much for your time, and I hope to see you here next year. I hope this year you look around for something that might interest you and bring you back here and keep you in the market. So thank you.
Thanks a lot, Bruce.